Hi. Hello, my angels, my loves. We're going to do a reading today. We're going to work with a few makeshift cards, and so we can try to tune into the person that's collectively that's on your mind. Okay, that you're thinking about collective. Before I do get into that, though, I do want to say that I had a song. That I channeled. It's No Ordinary Love by Sade. So I want to read a couple of those lyrics that really stood out to me. It was when you came my way, you brightened every day with your sweet smile. Didn't I tell you what I believe? Did somebody say that a love like ours won't last? Didn't I give you all that I've got to give? This is no ordinary love, no ordinary love. I keep crying, I keep trying for you. There's nothing like you, and I keep trying for you. Keep crying for you. Keep flying for you, and I'm falling. Okay? So, this is somebody who definitely recognizes that this love that you guys shared 111 when I said that is nothing like they've ever experienced before. I feel like this person is falling in love with you. I feel like they felt the intensity of your relationship when you guys came together. They didn't recognize it out of fear. They ran, okay, because they didn't know what was happening. But I think that they tried to fight against those internal fears to be there for you. I think they're trying to fight whatever addictions or habits or negative thoughts that they have. They feel like it's possible that someone told them, like, man, that's, or a woman, like, girl, hey, that's lust, that's not love. They didn't recognize that this was really love, but they do recognize this now, and they are fighting. They feel like they're falling in love with you. Maybe they didn't really understand till two when I said that what this really was. Okay, and then it's so funny. Like, had that song just kept playing in my head, kept channeling it. So I looked at the lyrics, and then, like, when I look at the lyrics, like, I have my little Alexa playing in the background. And so right after I looked at the lyrics so I could relate them to you, because it kept playing in my head, the song played, I Don't Want No Scrub. Okay, so I was like, oh, that's interesting. Here I am channeling this song, and I don't want no scrub. So somebody doesn't want to go back to, like, now that they've experienced you, they experienced love, they don't want to go back to a karmic way of, just having lustful relationships, superficial relationships. Like, they want something real in their life now, and they're trying hard to get themselves together, to get right, to get on a higher level, to come out of toxicity so they can come in towards you, okay, and share this with you. 303 when I say that. Alright, so let's look at, oh, something's turning over already in my shuffle. Alright, before we get into it, before I tell you the first ones that popped out before I can shuffle, dear God, I'm calling you to use me as a tool to help the collective on their healing journey. If there's a message for a certain individual, may you guide them to my channel so that they can receive that message from you. I do ask my spirit guides, Michael Archangel, to protect me as I from any harm and negative influence from anyone that might be directing it towards my way, to stop the collective in their healing and spreading the message of love out there. I do ask, you guys, do comment, let me know what you think. If it's something that you want to see, particular style of reading, or something you want me to get into when I'm doing my readings, let me know. I do read my comments. I will respond back to you, and I will really look at what it is that you would like to see on my channel. Okay. Alright, so with this person, I feel like the person in your mind collective was working out of their first house, which talks about self-identity, okay? And this talks about their personality, their physical appearance, and how to express themselves to the world. So I feel like somebody could have been wearing a mask or cared so much about how they look to other people, how other people see them. Like, other people's opinions really meant a lot to them, okay? And it has a lot to do, and this person could just be really acting on their solar plexus as well, like with their self-esteem and different things. And they look at, like, they put more into the physical appearance. It could be somebody who spends a lot of money on their clothes or shoes, getting their hair and nails done all the time. They want to keep their face made up. They want to stay up with the latest fads and everything. This could also be somebody living above their means, or just living, spending money foolishly. They need that outside validation to make them, to help them to feel worthy, to help them to feel like they fit in and appreciated. Okay, so somebody who probably needs to really work on their self-worth, okay, because they care too much about what other people think instead of being authentically themselves. It was 5:15 when I said that. This could be somebody that has a Dodge car, Dodge truck. This person could live on the north side. I feel like this came out yesterday. And this person could just be dealing in superficial relationships, friends with benefits. Remember where I told you I channel where the song came on, No More Scrubs. So this person could have just had a lot of superficial relationships, dealing with friends with benefits, and they could just be getting tired of that. They don't want to, have those type of relationships anymore, and they might just be looking for something real now. Okay, somebody that wants a relationship that has some depth to it, instead of having these relationships that are just superficial. All right, so we do have law enforcement popping up here. Someone could have had to call the police on a situation with someone that they had, because it is coming up under with friends with benefits. So somebody they had a friends with benefits situation with, maybe somebody else, saw this as a love relationship, and your person saw this as a friends with benefit relationship, just a hookup, somebody that they were just in it for lustful reasons and not something that they wanted to build with. And maybe this person wanted to build something with them, and your person's trying to remove themselves from that situation because that's not what they want in their life anymore, and this person won't let go. Okay. All right. So let's see, and we're gonna look into like some things a person can work on, as well, and get some loving messages. All right. If someone wants to be single, or someone could be single, or someone could not like the fact that you are single. Okay. They don't want to have this relationship. They don't want to be involved with somebody with this friends with benefits. Somebody could have a BMW. Someone could have had plastic surgery, or looking at getting plastic surgery, or needs to have a plastic surgical procedure. This could be somebody that had a BBL or something, or it could have just been plastic surgery or anything. Okay. Yeah, someone could live in West Virginia. Could be where they live. Could be somebody's name is Virginia. Somebody could have the last name West. Somebody could live on the street that's named that. What is this that keeps popping out? Idaho. Someone could live in Idaho or be from Idaho. Someone is aggressive and mean. So there's somebody in this situation that's being very aggressive. It could be the friends with benefit person, the person who they got involved with, because we did have law enforcement. So let's put law enforcement with the friends and benefits and the aggressive person. Okay. Yeah. Oh, jeez. If you are in a relationship with somebody who's aggressive and mean towards you, like, you don't deserve that. That's like emotional abuse, okay? You don't need to deal with that. You need to find yourself out of that situation. Someone could be in the military or have some military background, or either just have that sternness, that authority of a person in the military. They could have like an OCD. You know how they train you to really tuck those sheets in tight, really get organized, have their stuff together. There could be somebody who's very clean, okay, really like things in order in their life. Okay, this is coming up like I have addictions. So this could be sex, gambling, alcohol, drugs, pills, or it could just be like addictive way of thinking, or it could be addiction to toxic relationships. All right, so this someone's a functional drunk. It's funny that comes out after I have addiction. So somebody could have a drinking problem, or they could have got involved with the third party that has a drinking problem. I like them younger. You could be involved with somebody who likes the opposite sex to be younger than them, and maybe that's because they feel like, I feel like a lot of times when people want somebody that's younger, it's because they're in a young mindset of their own, and not only that, but they want to feel the need to have control. They want to be able to control the person that they with. They just emotionally not, mature, and they know that you recognize that immaturity in them, so they deal with people of a younger mindset. This is my thought on that. Somebody's operating out of their second house, okay, which talks about values and possessions, like material resources, money, what they value in life. So someone puts a lot of value on material resources in their money, like over love. And so they're not in these healthy relationships because they put them second or third to other things. And they don't understand that those are just like 3D things. Like as long as you have love, you can materialize all those things anyway. Like you don't have to put all your focus in getting that. Like God will provide for you what you need. Okay, someone's separated or looking at separating themselves. You know, we did have single out here, so somebody does want to remove themselves from a committed situation to work towards being single again. I bust the windows out your car. This is crazy. Like, we did have law enforcement, remember, and mean, aggressive and mean. So somebody could be, this comes out to separated. So someone could be removing themselves from a situation, a toxic, aggressive, mean person. And this person is not taking it lightly. And this person, they could have had to call law enforcement because maybe this person came and knocked the windows out of the car. And then look what follows that. Damn, damn, damn. Leave me alone. Like, yeah, somebody's really trying to release a bugaboo. Somebody's trying to get away from a toxic situation, and this person's not letting them go. It's just they're finding a hard time getting out of that. But that's their karma. Okay, something about blue. They could have blue eyes, blue hair, blue nails, like the color blue. Could have a nickname called Blue. Could have a blue pit as a dog. Okay. Let's see. Let's get two more, and then we'll move on from the makeshift. Yeah, someone could be in their 50s. Okay, and someone's a narcissist. Oh, I know I said two more, but I gotta pull this because I said blue pit dog, and here's dog, and it's coming with blue. Okay, you see that? So yeah, somebody couldn't have a blue pit as a dog. Okay, but yeah, the I am narcissist. Just recognize narcissist traits. You know, they're manipulative, they gaslight, they feel like they have a sense of entitlement, they're controlling, they seek attention, they like to exploit others. You know, they like to switch things around and blame you. Like, you're the reason something. It definitely could be that it's their fault something didn't work out, but when you call that to their attention, they like to reverse the roles and tell you that it's you. You know, they like to try to make you feel like you're the reason something isn't working out in a relationship. They're very arrogant and they're very envious. Okay? And this narcissist, this is really it this time, guys. Could be an earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Alright, so let's put the makeshift cards up. I do want to verify, where am I? Tarot. Okay, let's move these. Because I do want to verify law enforcement because I'm just curious. I want to see what comes up. What law enforcement? I want to know. Spirit guides. I want to know why we have law enforcement on the board for the collective. Why do we have law enforcement out here? Like, what's going on? Is law enforcement being called on the third party, or is it being called on the person on the collective's mind? Alright. Law enforcement. Now, something tried to come out. Okay, there we go. Yeah, someone took a leap of faith towards a new beginning. They took a risk, and it was like it was spontaneous. It was something they just did at the last minute. Like, something came up that was appealing to them. Yeah, something that they were dependent on, because we do have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So they took a risk and jumped into a situation, you know, probably based on this person. Could be somebody who had some material assets, somebody had money, somebody that was probably given to them, or somebody who they thought was going to be financially abundant to them. But when they got there, this person actually, they realized that this is somebody that was going to be actually dependent upon them. Like, there was a lot of overspending, a lot of financial difficulty. There's material loss and loneliness in that relationship, okay? And that's Earth sign on the board, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. That's on the board. And yeah, This person was very deceptive with you, and not only were they deceptive with you, but this Queen of Pentacles was deceptive for them. They manipulated them, and now this person, because they were being sneaky in their behavior, the fact that they snuck away from you to go towards the situation, they're dealing with, you know, facing their consequences. Like, they didn't play fair, you know. But this is somebody that needs to come to you and come clean in order to release the guilt that they're dealing with. Yeah, and as I say that, we do get the Chariot. Yeah, they want to come towards you and they want to tell you what they did. They want to own up to their stuff, but I feel like they might not tell you everything. Okay, we have earth and water and air. So a person could have left an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, to go towards a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, okay, which they thought that they were going to have financial gain with. They could have tried to build a business or move in with somebody, or maybe this person's water sign was given to them in some type of way, and they felt that it was going to be material abundance for them, but it turned out not to be. Okay, it turned out to be a flop. They ended up having more financial loss before they got engaged or involved with this water sign, or went back to this water sign, than what they would have had they stayed with you. So what they thought was greener grass for them turned out not to be greener grass, but fake ass grass, okay? And now they're really trying to get them the willpower to come to you, you know, to move towards you, to get back involved with you, to have this relationship come back and gain control of the relationship. But they're not making any movement, but they're being guided to come back to you and come clean and be honest about what went on, okay? Let me have I bust the windows out your car. Yeah, so, okay, another water sign. So now we have the Nine of Cups that comes out like crossing. So with this, I bust the windows out your car. This is somebody that thought that all their wishes were going to be fulfilled, like they were going to materialize. It's somebody that was very selfish. Okay, somebody who only wanted to know what was in it for them. You know, they really thought that this was going to be material comfort for them, you guys. They really went towards a situation that they thought this person may have had more to offer than you, or at least they felt like this person had more to offer than you, and they realized that they acted out of greed and selfishness, and it didn't turn out the way they thought that it would. And so now we have the Four Swords with that. So this person is now resting. They're doing some introspecting. They're trying to think about, you know, what aspects of their life require them require changes, okay? And this person wants to get away from this situation. Yeah, and I feel like this other person's not, yeah, they want to come towards you, joy and happiness. They want to have a happy, fulfilling life with you, and they see you as being their happiness, their joy, they as peace for them, okay? And do we have children in this card? So this could be someone that you had a child with. They could have gone towards someone they had a child with, the baby mother, baby father, put it where it goes. They may want to come in and blend families. They may have a young child. Someone could have gotten pregnant, or they want to have a child with you if you're at, you know, in a place where you can become pregnant. Okay. Yeah, they just had too many choices. They had too many options and choices. But it is a complete, they are ending a cycle with the person that they went towards. They are ending that cycle, and that's why we have that I bust the windows out your car, because that person is putting an end to that cycle and leaving that relationship. Like, they don't want to live out these fantasies anymore. They don't want to have these fantasies, and they're imagining a future with you. Okay? So that's the clarification on that. Let's go ahead and see what shadow work is being done, like how they're working on themselves so they can try to come to you, or what they need to work on within themselves in order to come to you. Yeah, so we do have earth, water, and air out here, okay? Earth signs, water signs, and air signs. That's all that's showing on the board for right now. All right, what does a person... Okay. I'm just going to go through a shuffle, and what we get, we get. I'm only going to do it one time. So whatever comes out on this is what we're going to get. Woo. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's a lot of communication. A lot. This person needs to work on a lot. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's put these out. Okay, so let's see what we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, I always like to count my cards, guys. So we have 21 cards. 21 in tarot is the world completion. Like I said, a cycle has come to an end. Okay, so they are completing something. It's the end of a cycle, and somebody doesn't want. It's an end of a cycle for you, like because you moved on, but an end of a cycle for them as well because they want to put an end to the karmics, to superficial relationships. Okay, and they want something more serious in their life. Okay. All right, so what they're working on, they're working on being authentically themselves. Okay, they want to take the mask off, be themselves, come towards you and show you who they really are because they know that you see them in a different light right now. So they want to just be themselves at this moment. A wounded healer. Yeah, this is somebody who's healing from something. They're trying to let the light in. They're really trying to work on healing their past trauma, maybe some addictions, some family patterns, a way of thinking. They could actually, definitely, because we did have addictions. Yep, see, we do have I have addictions on the table. So they are trying to heal behind that. And also maybe some negative patterns, mindset patterns that they may have. Okay, they want to have some form of empathy with you, and they want to feel like they have a purpose. They do have a hidden desire to be with you. They're longing for you. They miss the passion. They want to come in and heal their relationship with you because you are emotional fulfillment for them. Okay. They know that they were closed-minded. They weren't open with you. They weren't receptive to a new life, a new way of being. They're so used to living and seeing, wearing a mask and pretending for others. And remember, we had the first house out here, so this was somebody that really cared about what people thought. And now I feel like they're coming out of that. Now they're reaching a point where they don't care what other people think of them. They just want to be themselves and have their happiness. Yeah, they want to shed some light in their darkness. Okay. They're ready to walk into the light. They're receiving some clarity about who you are. They're being self-aware about how they act and how they carry themselves, how they come across to others. And they're ready to just recognize that what you guys had was really love and it was not superficial. Okay, they're ready to confront their fears. They're trying to be brave, heal themselves so that they can come in and heal their relationship. Okay. They don't like that you have set boundaries between the two of you. They know that you're walking away from them. They feel like a distance. They feel like you're pulling back your energy, your time, your power. They want a respect. They do have respect that you're pouring more into yourself in that you're giving yourself self-care, okay? But they don't like that there are boundaries between the two of you because is creating distance. Okay, this is somebody that knows they need to go and work on their shadow side. They need to be born again. They need to let go of all the trauma, the hurt, the pain, and they need to just have some empowerment. Okay, but they are definitely craving you. Like, this is the second thing that we have. Like, we have hidden desires. We have craving. Like, this is somebody who's really engulfed with nothing. Like, you're staying on their mind morning, noon, and night. This is somebody who can't sleep. Okay, they feel like they're tied in, with their addictions, their bad habits. They're consumed with it, and you're like an addiction to them. They feel like they're addicted to you 24/24 when I say that, and they just can't get you off their mind. It's a passion. It's something that's just overwhelming them. Okay. They want to come in and speak the truth. We have unmasking the truth out here. This is somebody that's doing some self-examining. They're like some revelation. They're reaching a revelation of who you are to them, what you mean to them, and how they messed up this relationship. Okay, so they're really taking a look at themselves. They see that they have some patterns about them that they need to break. They're trying to reprogram their way of thinking, you know, and it could be something that they picked up from their childhood, just from their family situation and how they were raised. All right, definitely they find you as being alluring. Like they want to have, they're craving you. Again, another craving card. Okay, this person really, they miss the intimacy between the two of you. Okay, they miss your love, your energy, how you carry yourself, how you look. They think that you're seductive, sexy. You turn them on, you know, and they appreciate the beauty in you, the inside and the out. Yeah. They're a shadow dance. There's somebody that wants to comment and merge with you. All right, they're trying to balance out their light and their dark. They're trying to be more open about how they feel, They want to embrace the void. Okay, so they are feeling empty right now. And they're trying to find out like what's going to fulfill them, what's going to keep them from feeling empty. They want to tap into their creative power. They see you tap into your creative power. They're doing some truth seeking, trying to find out a lot of truth about themselves and who they are and why they are the way that they are. They're reflecting on the dark side of themselves, and they want to come in and make peace with you because they're craving you so much. Okay, they want to take a risk and come towards you. Okay, they want to, like, you're like the phoenix. You raise from the ashes. You know, you're very nourishing. You're very resilient. They like that. You know, they see that you've gone through a spiritual awakening. They see that you're very spiritual, that you're listening to your intuition. I feel like this person may be getting ready to go through a spiritual awakening. Okay, uh, and they have riding the storm. Like, yeah, this is somebody who wants to purge everything in their life and come out refined. They see how you have purged everything that you've gone through. You've rode the storm. You've been through a lot of negative stuff, but you've come out. You know, it's like you rode the storm of everything, and you didn't let it consume you. Like you came out like the rose coming out from the soil. Okay, you purged all of the dark side, and you still blossom with beauty. You didn't let it turn you negative. You came out like a beautiful rose at the end of everything because you had the courage. You had the courage to go in and heal. Like you fought the fears. You allowed yourself to be vulnerable. You allowed yourself to grow. And this is somebody that doesn't want to hide anymore. They want to have the courage to fight their fears and come in and grow as well, so that they can have balance. They can have that inner balance. They better balance their heart and their mind. They're ready to resist whatever it is, the temptations and everything, and let go of that arrogance. This is somebody that was definitely arrogant towards you. And, you know, we had that earlier when we talked about, you know, narcissist as being one of the traits of a narcissist, like a very arrogant person. Okay? Yeah, so let's get a few loving messages. Where do I have them? Right here. Let's get a few loving messages from them to you. What is it that the person I feel like this mind would like to say to them? Again, we'll take what comes out and one shuffle. Okay. Alright. So they do want to speak to you. But I feel like this is somebody who's not communicating with you. Would definitely like to come in and communicate with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 again. Oh my gosh, guys. So let's pay attention to 21, okay? Because that's our number for the day. 21, we have the world card. Completion, fulfillment. 21 also breaks down to a 3. So this person really saw you as an empress in their life, okay? And they want to come towards you. They're put to put something to an end in the fact that you guys are no longer in communication. You put an end to the cycle. They want to put an end to the cycle of toxicity in their life and move towards you. So let's see what they have to say to you. Yeah, they're ready to cut ties. You cut ties with them. They're ready to cut ties with their past. No, they see you moving on. They want to move on. They want to progress forward with you. This is somebody that's going to come to you and say something to you, okay? They're ready to give you what you need. I feel like they weren't giving it to you before. And that's because we have to keep this arrow. Like, they're finally realizing that what you guys had was true love. They have faith that, you know, that this love, that you guys can have this loving relationship. You know, don't be surprised if you receive a loving message from this person. Okay, they maybe ask you out. They might bring you a card, send you something. Like, they're really feeling a love between you guys right now. And they're realizing this wasn't lust, but really love. This is somebody who is starting to see their self-worth. You know, they're taking the time to heal. They're doing the shadow work. They're really starting to appreciate the value that you brought to their life. This could have been your twin flame. Somebody who's opposite of you. Somebody who really compliments you. Like you could have been 3003 when I said that. This could be somebody who is an introvert. You could be an extrovert or vice versa. They want to run. This person bring balance to you. Like they mirror the things that you need to work on to your life, but they balance that part out. Like your weaknesses are their strengths. Okay, you guys could have been, one could have been religious, one spiritual, one could have been a nationality than the other, or a different race. Okay, they don't like that you guys are in separation right now. They're sad, they're bitter, they're thinking about you a lot. They're uncertain about the future that you guys had. They were dealing with some addictions. They were codependent in some type of way, you know, and this could be the person that they're trying to release. You know, this person could be codependent on them. Okay, let's take that how it goes. This is somebody who does like to have control and might actually have some emotional blocks or feel like you're like one of their prized possessions. Okay, you did mirror back some things to this person that they need to work on. This was a one-sided relationship. You could have felt like you were really the one carrying the relationship and putting more in it than the other person. They could have come in and love bombed you, and then were in and out, hot and cold in this relationship. But they do want to offer a higher level of commitment to you. They do see you as long-term, somebody that they can devote themselves to. They do recognize this has been a soul connection, and they have thought about marriage with you, and are even thinking about marriage with you now. They want to go away with you, maybe offer you a trip, because we do have like this message out here on Cupid's arrow, and this comes right underneath that. So they might ask you to take a trip with them, maybe get away from the weekend, maybe go out to the beach with them, go near some water. They just want to have like a playful moment with you. Just go back to the good times where you guys were once enjoying one another. Okay, this person's really interested in you. A teddy bear out here, they're really interested in you. They want to flirt with you. They want to ask you on a date. Like, this is like, we have Cupid's arrow, paradise. You don't want a date. They definitely want to ask you on a date. They do see this love as being real. Okay, they want to honor and protect you. They have clarity now of what you are to them. This is somebody that had a lot of options, okay, that was dating. They were having a lot of one-night stands. This person strung you along. You know, someone could have even given them the key to their house. They could have been living with someone. They could have entered, or someone could have moved in with them. They could have given someone the key to their house, okay? Put it where it goes. And this could be the situation that they're trying to get out of. That person's breaking the windows because maybe they're kicking somebody out of the house, okay? They do want to make healthy choices now. They want to be happier. They want to have more self-love. You know, this is somebody that had a poker face. You know, like it could be somebody who actually held back their feelings from you. You know, they came across like they didn't care when they really did. This is somebody who took risk, a lot of risk. Okay, somebody could have had a gambling addiction, but they didn't show their hand. And I feel like you're not showing your hand with them right now. Like you're not telling, they can't see what you have going on, okay? But they're spying on you. Sunglasses out here. This is somebody that's spying on you. They're watching you. They're looking at you. Maybe stalking you. Third party might be stalking them because they know they want to come towards you. They want to meet up with you and talk to you, okay? But they want to do it in a safe space. They feel elevated. They want to rebuild the friendship between you because they have a lot of passion towards you. Okay, there are a lot of sparks between you guys. They're really turned on to you a lot. They do feel like they backstabbed you in some type of way. This person is dealing with a lot of heartache and pain, and they may feel like they've been backstabbed, you know, in a situation that they've gone and gotten themselves into. But they are wanting to evolve and grow. You know, they wanted to transform. They want to heal their inner child. They want to release the past. Okay, they do see you as being their soulmate. Somebody that they have a soul contract with, a life partner. Okay, but you have boundaries and you're not allowing them to come back into your life. And again, they don't like these boundaries, okay? Because remember, we did have on here earlier about no boundaries. Like they don't like that you set the boundaries. You know, they do feel like you're still upset with them, and you may have them blocked. Okay, you're not ready to hear what they have to say, and they feel like you're doing that. You're avoiding conversation with them, and in a way, they're avoiding having to come in and give you the truth, and they don't know how you're going to take what they have to say. Okay, so let's get a angel number for you. what that you may be seeing around you, how the angels are trying to communicate with you, and what they want to say to you. And then we're going to wrap that up. My animals are being very restless right now. They're in the room with me because they like to be around me when I'm doing my readings, and they just like to follow me. But right now they're being very restless. They're hopping from one spot to the next trying to get to the door. So the fact that they want to get out this room so bad and they're restless could mean this person's restless in their relationship. They're restless with how to come towards you, how to get out of a situation, and they're just doing a lot of things. Okay, so you might be seeing number 890. So it says you are experiencing renewal and fresh beginnings. Release the past and embrace the opportunities for growth and transform ahead. Yes, you need to let go of the past. This person's trying to let go of the past. We did have a lot of completion. Remember, we kept getting 21. So I think a cycle has come to a complete, an end, and you are going towards a new beginning. So you also might be seeing 585, which is shift. Okay, and what this says is take a look at your life and see what areas need to be shifted to bring you more joy. Take the time to reassess your priorities and create a new plan for yourself. So you really need to work on if you're getting in intuitive hits, like working on creativity. Okay, work on what you need to release the past, to let go, so that you can move on. Okay, this is the year of the 9, so this is the time to put closure to things, to start to get ready for your new beginnings. Okay, we are going to have a renewal. You are being renewed. You are healing. So just continue to work on that, and just know that you're on the right path and everything's going to work out for you in the best way possible. Okay, spirits, your angels are around you, and spirit has your back, and they're guiding you to where you need to go for your healing. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. Please leave a message, like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell to alert you when I have new readings. If you resonate, these are things that could be going on that you don't know. These are things that could have happened depending upon where you are in your journey, and these are some things that are coming up for you. Okay, 36 when I say that. Thank you. Have a great day.